Hello, I'm Troy Parker, President of Innovative Labor and Cleaning, and this is another motivational moment. Another lesson I've learned along the way in life is this. The hardest thing to do is to stay focused on your goal, and the easiest thing to do is to complain and think negatively. Many times we create a goal and we're all motivated and ready to go. But then within hours, maybe the next day, we start thinking about negative situations. You hear it all the time in the news. Like currently right now, they're talking about the government shutting down. Then you can hear them talk about the recession that's, oh my gosh, it's coming. And it's been coming since, a year or so ago. Then you hear somebody say something about, well, the housing market's slowing up. Or somebody else will say, hey, they're laying off the job. We are surrounded by negative information. And that's why I always share with people, I would watch very little television, especially the news, because it is inundated with negativity. There are some things you need to know about. Yeah, maybe the weather. You can hear a little bit about the economy, but hey, basically I've always said people bring recessions on themselves. You will hear the news start telling you, hey, we're expecting a recession, and this will be 12 months out. Then 12 months later, we'll have the recession, and they'll say, oh my gosh, you predicted that. Well, I wonder how that happened. If you basically keep listening to the news from 7 o'clock in the morning till 11 o'clock at night, you'll see they talk about recession all through the day. Now let's say however many millions of people are watching that, and those people are taking that in, putting it in their subconscious mind. So then what happens? Those people start saying, honey, I heard there's going to be a recession. I think we better start tightening up our spending. Yeah, let's not go out to eat today. We'll save that money. Then they'll talk to their friends. Hey, Bob, Mary, did you hear about the recession? Yeah, we heard about that. We're not going to buy a new car right now. We're going to wait, and we're going to only go out to eat maybe every other week instead of every week. And we're going to put that money in savings. So now, basically, the thought that was put in by the media, then spread like a disease amongst people. Then people what? They start changing their behavior. What do? They stop spending. And then what's that create? Oh my God, look, we got the recession. Now, how did you really get it? It's first started in your mind. And it first started by someone on that television telling you that, hey, this was going to happen. See, a recession or an economy is made up of people, and it's made up of people and their behaviors. If you can change their behaviors, and how do you do that? You change it by changing their thinking. And how do you do that? By putting the thought of scarcity and fear in their mind. And automatically, voila, you have your recession. So, back to my point. When you have your dream, you have your goal, it is harder to stay focused on, hey, I'm going to build this business and it's going to be $1 million business. Because as you get out in there in life and you go through the day, there'll be plenty of negativity that'll easily shift your focus. And just as a country, we are more negative-minded people. I don't know why. So it is really key to keep your mind focused on positive things. That's why I always share with you, I carry those little index cards, I showed them to you in other videos, with positive statements. One biblical statement that says, think of things that are, peaceful, that are loving, that are of good report. And there's plenty of other little quotes that you can either memorize or get a little card and laminate like I do. And that way you just keep repeating them throughout the day. Just repeat those positive statements. Listen to positive videos while you're driving. Listen to positive music. Because if you listen to music, and I say this all the time in the African American community, if you listen to music that's talking about killing and sex, and you put that in your subconscious mind, well, that's what you're gonna get. Remember, garbage in, garbage out. So try to stay focused on your goal, your dream, and think positive thoughts. And if you catch yourself thinking a thought, ask yourself real quick, is this thought going to get me closer to my goal? Now, most of us really don't ever pay attention to our thoughts. We just react. But start trying to take that time to really think about, where did that thought come from? Why did I think that? And is that going to get me closer to my goal? 90% of the time, you're going to say, hell no. Then replace it with a positive thought. It could just be your little affirmation. But these are the little mental games you have to do. Because if you don't, you're just going to think the thought and be like, you know what? I just had the thought that, I could lose my job. Then your next thought can be like, I better start saving. Instead of saying, hey, where'd that thought come from? There's nothing been said about losing my job. That's just the negativity that I've been letting into my mind. Now it produced that thought. So then replace it with a positive thought. You know what? I'm going to get promoted because I'm going to get that promotion. Or I'm going to start my new business. Whatever it is, replace those negative thoughts. But first you got to be conscious of them and then replace them with positive thoughts. Remember to stay focused on your dreams and thoughts that will help you reach that goal. As always, I hope this helped. And remember, it's up to you to make your life matter.